All right, here is one example. Pause the video. See if you can try what you learned in the previous lesson. We're just dealing with decimals now. All right, how did we do? All right, step one, rewrite the equation. I don't think we need to rewrite the equation. You could say plus -2 if you want, but I'm going to keep that as -2. All right, step two, what side has the variable? If you said the left side, you are correct. There's the variable on the left. All right, so I need to get rid of a couple of things. Which of these numbers are we not going to get rid of? All right, we're not going to get rid of 2.48 because we're focusing on the left side. We need to get rid of this -2.8 in front of the x and then the -2. Okay, which one are you going to do first? Okay, we need to get rid of the -2. Remember, the furthest away. Okay, so we want to -2, right? The opposite of -2, we're going to add 2 to both sides. Okay, we're going to add 2. Okay, so that's going to give us, all right, that equals, this cancels out, they cancel out. So then we're left with -2.8x equals, right, 2.48 plus 2, that would be 4.48. All right, what are you going to do next? All right, we need to get rid of that -2.8 in front of the x. So we need to divide by -2.8, right? We need to divide not by positive, negative. The negatives will cancel out, right? We got to do it on both sides, -2.8. So, right, the negatives cancel out and the 2.8s cancel out. So that means I'm left with x equals, right, it's going to be positive or negative, right? You have a positive divided by a negative, so my answer is going to be negative, okay? So then all I need to do is do 4.48 divided by 2.8 and we'll get our answer equals -1.6. All right, as always, plug this back in. So wherever we see x, we're going to plug this in instead. So what I could say is, we could say -2.8, -2.8 times -2.8 times x. Instead of x, I'm going to write what we got for x, -1.6. Okay, and then -2 equals 2.48. And then solve this then. See if that actually does work. So if I did a negative times a negative, that's a positive. So 2.8 times 1.6, that's going to give me 4.48, which I did, which is over there, which is a good sign. And then if we subtract 2 from that, we do get 2.48. So this does make sense. That is good. We checked it. So x equals -1 6/10. All right, try this next one by yourself. Pause the video, see if you can solve it. Then press play and we'll review. All right, how did you do? Step one, we don't really need to rewrite this equation. Okay. Step two, locate the side of the variable. What side has the variable? The right side. Okay. So what do we need to get rid of? Okay. Out of the three numbers, -3.15, 2.5, -1.6, which one of those are we not going to get rid of? All right, we don't want to get rid of that. Right, we want to get rid of these two things on both sides, right? So what are we going to do first? All right, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to add 1.6. We want to get rid of 1.6, -1.6, and then the 2.5, but we've got to get rid of what's furthest away first. Okay, so I'm going to add 1.6 to both sides. Okay, and then we'll get, right, these cancel out. So that means I'm left with, on the right side, the 2.5x, which is good. And then I got -0.15 plus 1.6, or you can do it the other way, 1.6 minus 0.15, and you'll get 1.45, or 1 and 45 hundredths. What are you going to do next? Right, we got to get rid of that 2.5. To get rid of that 2.5, we're going to divide both sides by 2.5, or 2 5/10, or 2.5. Right, that cancels out. The 2.5's gone. That means on the right side we have x, which is good. That's what we want. Isolate, get x by itself. And then we're going to do 1 and 45 hundredths divided by 2 and 5 tenths, and we'll get our answer 58 hundredths, or 0.58. As always, let's see if this is correct. So let's plug it back in to our original equation, right? Our original equation was negative 15 hundredths equals 2.5 times x. So instead of x, I'm going to put 0. Put that in red, 0.58. So 0.58. So times, all right, these guys are going to get times, minus 1.6. Okay, so let's multiply first. So 0.15 we still have, that doesn't change. So if we multiply these two, 0.58 and 2.5, okay, we're going to get, 1.45, which we got over there, which that's a good sign, right? 1.45 minus 1.6, okay? And then if we subtract 1.6 from that, do we get our negative 0.15? Absolutely you do. So that we check is good. X equals 58 hundredths, or 0.58. All right, so it takes a couple minutes just to check, but those couple minutes can really, really help you and be the difference, if you get a B or an A.